Progress is one of the most powerful ideas ever created by human civilization. It promises that tomorrow will be better than today, that hardship is temporary, and that history bends toward improvement. Entire societies organize themselves around this belief. Education systems, economies, technologies, and political structures are built on the assumption that progress is not only real, but permanent. Yet history tells a quieter, more uncomfortable story. Civilizations do not rise in straight lines. They expand, stabilize, overextend, and fracture. What feels like progress from within often looks like imbalance from a distance. The illusion of progress emerges when growth is mistaken for resilience and innovation is mistaken for wisdom. Ancient civilizations believed in progress just as strongly as we do. They used different language, but the idea was the same. Each generation believed it lived in a more ordered, advanced, and secure world than the one before it. Monumental architecture, expanding trade networks, legal systems, and scientific understanding reinforced this belief. To those living within these societies, collapse did not feel inevitable. It felt unthinkable. Progress hides its weaknesses because it focuses attention on outcomes rather than foundations. Roads, cities, technologies, and institutions become symbols of advancement, while the systems that support them fade into the background. As long as visible progress continues, underlying stress is ignored. This pattern repeats across civilizations. In the Roman Empire, expansion created wealth, stability, and infrastructure that seemed eternal. Roads stretched across continents. Aqueducts supplied cities. Law unified diverse populations. To Roman citizens, this was progress made permanent. Yet the very scale that created stability also created dependency. When maintenance faltered and coordination weakened, the system collapsed under its own weight. Progress had not failed. It had simply outpaced balance. Modern civilization has elevated this pattern to unprecedented levels. We measure progress in speed, efficiency, and output, and faster communication, larger economies, more powerful technology. Each advancement creates convenience, but also dependence. The more progress integrates into daily life, the more fragile disruption becomes. Progress simplifies life on the surface, while complicating it beneath. One of the greatest illusions of progress is the belief that complexity equals control. Complex systems feel intelligent because they perform many functions simultaneously. In reality, complexity increases vulnerability. Each additional layer introduces new points of failure. Ancient societies learned this through irrigation systems that required constant coordination. When drought or conflict interrupted maintenance, entire agricultural regions collapsed. Modern societies rely on far more intricate systems: global logistics, digital infrastructure, energy grids that operate with minimal tolerance for error. These systems work brilliantly when conditions are stable. They fail rapidly when conditions change. Progress also reshapes how civilizations perceive risk. In early societies, risk was immediate and visible. Hunger, disease, and conflict were personal experiences. In advanced societies, risk becomes abstract. It is managed by systems, institutions, and experts. This creates psychological distance. When risk feels distant, urgency disappears. Ancient warnings were often ignored for the same reason modern warnings are dismissed. They threatened comfort. They challenged the assumption that growth could continue indefinitely. Leaders delayed difficult decisions to preserve short-term stability. Populations adapted to gradual decline without recognizing its direction. Progress encourages postponement. Another illusion of progress lies in specialization. As societies advance, knowledge becomes fragmented. Individuals master narrow domains while relying on others for everything else. This increases efficiency, but reduces collective understanding. Fewer people know how systems actually work. When disruption occurs, societies discover that they depend on processes they cannot repair. Ancient collapses often followed this pattern. Specialized priesthoods, engineers, or administrators held critical knowledge. When those groups disappeared, their expertise vanished with them. Progress had created knowledge silos instead of resilience. Modern civilization depends on specialists at a scale never seen before. Entire systems exist that only a small fraction of the population understands. This does not mean collapse is imminent, but it does mean resilience is thinner than it appears. Progress also distorts time perception. It trains societies to expect continuous improvement. When improvement slows or reverses, panic replaces patience. Decline feels like failure rather than correction. Ancient societies experienced this as well. When expansion slowed, leaders attempted to force growth through conquest, extraction, or reform. These measures temporarily restored momentum, but deepened imbalance. Progress becomes dangerous when it refuses to accept limits. Another critical illusion is that technology solves structural problems. While technology can improve efficiency, it does not eliminate underlying constraints. It often accelerates them. Ancient mining techniques allowed deeper extraction until resources depleted faster. Modern technologies amplify consumption on a planetary scale. Progress does not remove scarcity. It postpones its consequences. Civilizations that collapse rarely lack intelligence or creativity. They collapse because progress outruns adaptation. Social systems lag behind technological change. Values fail to adjust to scale. Ethics struggle to keep pace with power. History shows that collapse often begins when societies become very good at solving the wrong problems. There is also a cultural illusion embedded in progress. The belief that history has direction, that humanity is moving toward a final, stable form of civilization. This belief encourages comparison rather than reflection. The past becomes a benchmark for superiority rather than a source of caution. Ancient civilizations believed they represented the height of order. Modern civilization believes it represents the culmination of knowledge. Both beliefs flatten history into a ladder instead of a cycle. Progress is not false, but it is incomplete. It measures what increases, not what weakens. It celebrates expansion, not sustainability. It rewards innovation, not restraint. When civilizations define success only by growth, they lose the ability to recognize decline. The illusion of progress is not that improvement exists. It is that improvement guarantees survival. History suggests otherwise. Every civilization that collapsed had achieved extraordinary progress by the standards of its time. None of them collapsed because they stopped progressing. They collapsed because progress created imbalance faster than it could be corrected. The uncomfortable truth is that progress does not end collapse. It reshapes it. Recognizing this does not require rejecting advancement. It requires humility. It requires understanding that progress without balance is acceleration, not stability. Civilizations fall, not when they stop moving forward, but when they forget to ask where they are going. Subscribe to this channel for more. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a story lost to time.